a recap of the game. Thought our kids played really hard. That was one thing that I stressed to them the few days leading up to the game. Didn't care about mistakes, didn't care about them thinking. I just wanted to see them stick their foot in the ground and run to the football on defense and play really hard and aggressive on offense, and I think we accomplished that. I think our guys played with a tremendous amount of passion, energy, and effort. Defensively, thought we played fantastic, save for obviously the 3 or 4 huge plays, which obviously meant the score probably a lot closer than what the game really was. You can never take away those plays, and so I never want to be one of those coaches that sits up here and tells you, well, you know, if we didn't have those 4 plays, they would have only had those 4 plays existed, and we got to get them fixed. But the encouraging thing was we held them to 9 3-and-outs, and obviously had a lot of tackles for losses, had a few sacks, had a turnover, which was great. I think on offense, again, when we could stay out of our own way and execute properly, I think we played pretty well. Obviously, we had, I think, 3 or 4 offensive penalties, which put us behind the chains, and then we had a center playing in his first college football game that got a little nervous and rolled a few of those snaps back there, put us behind the chains. So we're not good enough yet offensively to play behind the chains and have second and long or first and long with a penalty. So, but when we stayed on schedule and didn't shoot ourselves in the foot, I think offensively we played pretty decently, and we continue to get better offensively.
What'd you see for your running backs when you looked at the film? Because I know you think there's a lot of potential there.
Yeah, Kenneth Thurwood didn't play very good, and it's certainly not for effort or want to. That's for dang sure, because he's a 3-time captain. He's one of the best leaders I've ever coached, and so I chalk it up to probably maybe being a little bit too excited, maybe pressing a little too much. Ryan Jackson did not play well, missed some holes in there that we got to figure out why. But Javin Webb played well. Javin Webb is a fearless runner. He's got very good vision and explodes through the hole, and so I was not pleased with the way the running backs played. I don't think they helped our offensive line out very much at all. So Farrow and Jackson need to play better this week for us to have a chance. And but I was encouraged by the play of Javin Webb.
Tom, when you went through the camp and were looking at the quarterbacks and all the things that you looked at to make your decision, did Greg in that first game, for the most part, execute what you wanted to see in camp or did see in camp and to the first game?
Yeah, I think we threw the ball probably better maybe than I had expected, but you know, Greg is a much better thrower. Like I said very early in the spring when I first saw him throw, he's a much better thrower than probably people gave him credit for last season. And the times that he missed some open guys, and that was discouraging, but it was a product of him not paying attention to his footwork and letting his fundamentals and footwork get a little bit lax. And so I think, again, with an uber athlete like that, a guy that's just been able to rely on his athleticism probably since he came out of the womb, you know, or at least since Bob Warner football, sometimes remembering and consciously thinking about your fundamentals and footwork on every snap is something that we've got to train him better this week to do, because you know, he missed a couple wide open guys, and had he hit him, you know, his numbers would have been even that much better. But in short answer, yes, he played about as well as we had hoped him to.
Tom, you talked about your defense, the challenge they have this week with Louisville.
Yeah, it's going to be a big challenge. You know, they're big and physical up front. They've got 2 returning starters up front. The right tackle is definitely a pro prospect. So up front will be an issue for us. You know, for a challenge, I should say. And you know, they've kind of got 2 different personalities. You know, they'll get 12 personnel and 21 personnel and try to cram it down your throat a little bit. and then hit you with some play action pass, and then they go to 11 personnel with 1 tight end and 3 wide receivers, and put the quarterback back in the shotgun and run, kind of similar to what we do, some zone read and kind of get the quarterback involved a little bit more. And then the challenge is, which quarterback is going to play. They played 2 quarterbacks last week. The young freshman came in and played well in relief, but is that enough to merit him getting a nod and playing the whole game? I don't know. So we'll have to prepare for both. They're similar, but the difference being, the freshman kid's he is a little bit bigger, more of a load when he takes off and runs the football.
How much of a test is this for you guys to go against Louisville on the road this early in the season?
It's a huge test. Not just the personnel and the quality of talent that they have on all sides of the football, and obviously their coaching staff is fantastic as well. But to go on the road in an SEC environment, this will be our first 11 a.m. kickoff of the year too. That'll be a new routine and to have it on the road. So a lot of those things will be discussed and talked about this week in terms of eliminating distractions and sticking with our routine. And when the foot hits the ball, it doesn't matter what time it's kicked off or who they put in front of us. We've got to go out there and execute how we were trained to execute.
Tom, on the pre-snap penalties that you guys had, was that just first game jitters, or was it?
Both. I think first game jitters had something to do with it. I think the quarterback got a little bit out of sorts in his cadence and made it difficult. Those guys get used to hearing the cadence a certain way over and over and over again, and when you break that rhythm, a lot of times that can cause a guy to jump or get antsy in his stance. And so we address that with Greg, that he's got to be consistent in how he calls his cadence. So first game, nervousness, energy, anxiety, all of that, plus the quarterback and his inconsistency with his cadence, I think contributed to those mistakes.
Tom, in terms of the goals for pace and tempo on offense, what is that goal, and how closely were you guys to achieving that goal on Saturday with the way you called plays and got plays executed?
It felt good. I don't know that we never quantify, we want to run this number of plays, we want to run this number of plays at a fast tempo. There's never a quantification part of that or a measurement, but it felt like it's supposed to feel. And it's hard when you do have a pre-snap penalty or you do get behind the chains. It's harder than to go fast. So when we stay on schedule, I think the pace, what you saw Saturday night, is about what we're looking for on a weekly basis.
Oh, you mean to fire away? Sorry. Just what kind of mentality do you want your teams to take on the road when you guys travel?
We got to run the ball and you got to stop the run on the road, especially. I mean, it's true every week, but I think on the road, you've got to, when you're running the ball efficiently and stopping the run effectively, you take some of the life out of the stadium a little bit. And so I think those are 2 big points of emphasis: is we've got to run the football and we've got to stop the run. And then again, the mentality is that there's going to be adversity, there's going to be momentum shifts, there's going to be crowd noise, there's going to be a lot of things in their favor, but we've got to make conscious decisions on every snap and even on the sideline, every time we come to the sideline, to push all of that outside of our minds and focus in on the task at hand and do our job. And again, it doesn't matter if we're playing in Lambeau Field against the Green Bay Packers, or we're playing in the parking lot against Yates Middle School, or whatever the case may be. We've got a job to do, and that job doesn't change based on who we're playing or where we're playing.
Tom, when you went back and looked at the film, the big plays allowed in the secondary, it's a matter of guys trying to do too much,
Yeah.
not their assignments. Or,
It was not an assignment, you know, especially in the first game, I think you can kind of stomach or swallow when, you know, a guy got a left call when it was supposed to be right, or a blitz call when it was supposed to be base, or whatever, you know, maybe a true missed assignment. He thought it was one thing when it was really the other, and that wasn't the case. It was really guys in the right assignment, but performing it poorly because they were, for lack of a better term, kind of doing their own thing, and it bit us a few times, and so that's something that we've got to correct in a hurry. That you know, don't worry about other people's jobs. Don't try to do too much. Don't try to overthink it. Just do your assignment, do your job, and the structure of the defense will handle anything and everything as long as everybody's doing their job.
Tom, you mentioned the challenge with Louisville's offensive line, perhaps maybe neutralizing the defensive line a little bit, knowing that Lamar Jackson ran a little bit of option 2 last week. How important is it going to be for linebackers in that next level to be disciplined in order to really read their keys and know where the football's going?
Yeah, it's paramount. You know, they're going to have to be very assignment sound. I thought our linebackers played great. Stephen Taylor was our defensive player of the game, and Elandon Roberts also graded out as what we refer to as a champion. And he gave championship level effort and execution, and so we're going to rely on those guys very heavily to make a lot of plays. Our defensive line did a great job of keeping Tennessee Tech's offensive line off of them too. You know, they were free to roam around and make a lot of plays. But yeah, their mental acuity, if you will, or their assignment-oriented way of going about business is going to be very, very important because of the different things that they can do in the run game.
Tom, being at Ohio State, I'm not sure how much you were able to keep track of other things around the country when you focus on them, but when you look at Louisville, this was a program that was in the same conference just a few years ago, and they had an explosion of facilities that they built, and I think the year before they went to the new conference, they won a lot in multiple sports. Is that kind of, I'm not saying to take that route, but is that kind of the blueprint for, you know, if you want to achieve or go to another?
I think for the modern day, yeah. I think the you know, 10 years ago it was TCU, and then maybe prior to that Boise State, and then now kind of Louisville has shown the way to be again, that when you get what you pay for, Joseph. You know, I'd like to find us a Papa John around here too, you know, that can bankroll a lot of those facilities, and we're working on it. We've got a lot of friends of the program that are eager now and willing to help in any way that they can, and so I think when you do look at them, you look at the fact that they did build all these facilities and upgrades and amenities to their athletic department, and they're reaping the rewards of that investment right now.
Anything happened to you after the game? Did you go out somewhere for dinner? Anybody buy you?
It was midnight, man.
Well, the next day.
I went home and celebrated with the family, and was probably asleep by 1 a.m., 1:30, something like that. I was pretty tired, bro.
So you mentioned that 11 o'clock start. Did you change anything schedule-wise this week to get you guys ready to roll?
No, we had talked about maybe practicing Thursday morning to get them off their feet a little bit earlier, but I don't want to disrupt our routine and our schedule, so it'll just be a matter of just getting up earlier and getting ready to play. But the plan is in place. You know, once we're done with the physical preparation on Thursday, you know, you've still got a good, 38, 40 hours to recover physically. And Thursday for us is not we're out there in shorts and helmets, and there's no contact on Thursdays. It is a full speed practice, but it's not there's no contact, no hitting, and so we think the way that we do things gives them enough time to rest, recover, regenerate, and all that good stuff.
What time's the wake-up call on Saturday morning?
Well, I believe it is, pregame meals at 7 a.m., so I think wake-up's at 6:15, something like that.
Tom, for now, is the plan with Tyreek, is he kind of that multiple, or you use him in both running situations and a receiver, or is he still kind of working that slot?
Yeah, he's a slot receiver that we can motion into the backfield. He got in late in the game and showed a little burst of speed the couple times we put the ball in his hands, and he's just got to get better mentally. We can't trust him fully right now, put him on the field every snap because again, he doesn't know what to do, and so that's on him and his position coach to get that fixed this week.
Tom, did Kyle Pottsma earn a little extra playing time, and how big was his performance in terms of, and his effort overall in terms of buying into the culture and building that culture?
Yeah, what a story. I felt like a buffoon because we didn't make the switch earlier, and I thought that there would be no way he'd be ready to go by the first game, and we literally moved him there on Monday of game week, and he comes out in the game and doesn't miss an assignment, knows what to do, and has 80-something yards and a touchdown's worth of receiving. So we'll continue to build his role. He's a tremendous athlete, has a knack for finding open spaces, has a knack for making guys miss. He doesn't always look the prettiest doing it, but he's a guy. He's like a 10-foot broad jump guy, and he's I've seen him. I don't know if it was, I can't remember if it was a windmill dunk or a 360 dunk, but he did some crazy slam dunk. He's a very explosive athlete for a guy that's 6'1", 6'2", and 200 pounds.
How much do you think having that experience as a third-string quarterback helped him in terms of running routes?
Yeah, a ton. Those guys, you look in the past, the list goes on and on, from the Ryan Tannehills at Texas A&M, Gary Meyer at Kansas, James Casey that we had at Rice, all these guys that are backup quarterbacks kind of by trade. The transition to that position is a lot smoother than, say, he'd been a corner or something like that, just because the terminology is still so familiar. The way that they have viewed the game for so long and as on a macro level it makes that transition a lot smoother.
It looked like you came out all right injury-wise.
Yeah, nothing, a couple bumps and bruises. Coop had a sore back yesterday, but he'll be fine. Tyreek took a helmet to the quad, but he'll be fine. But yeah, nothing that'll keep anybody out of practice even on Tuesday.
Anything else?
Thank you. See you guys.